Hey there, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. If you've traveled to Mexico, especially by car, you've probably heard about or even experienced the infamous Mordida. That's when Mexican police officers expect a little bribe or mordida to supplement their tiny salaries. While bribing officials is technically illegal, it's an unfortunate reality that many visitors encounter. So, in this video, I'm going to share 3 helpful tips on how to properly deal with La Mordida situation if you ever get pulled over by Mexican police. Let's just say these come from personal experience and knowing the unwritten rules of the road down there. But before we begin, I want to make it very clear that I'm not actually encouraging you to break any laws. My advice is meant to keep you safe, minimize hassles, and maybe save you from spending a night in a Mexican jail, an experience you definitely want to avoid at all costs. Trust me on that one. Tip #1. Avoid getting pulled over in the first place. The golden rule is to be an absolutely perfect driver and follow all traffic laws to a T when driving in Mexico, especially if you have US plates on your vehicle. The Mexican police know many Americans are just clueless tourists, so they'll be looking for any minor violation as an excuse to pull you over expecting a mordida. So obey all speed limits, don't run red lights or stop signs, use your turn signals properly, and basically drive like you're taking your driving test again. This makes it harder for them to find a reason to stop you, but if they do pull you over, that brings us to tip #2. Tip #2, have a mordida stash ready. If you get pulled over, it's a good idea to already have what I call a mordida stash prepared. This is just a wad of cash containing both pesos and US dollars with a large bill like a $1.20 or 500 peso note visible on top. Having this ready to go shows you're familiar with the unwritten rules of the mordida system. When the officer inevitably tells you, "You broke this ridiculous law," in Spanish, put on your most regretful face and immediately ask, "¿Cuánto es la multa, jefe?" which means, "How much is the fine, boss?" Using the word jefe, which means boss in Spanish, shows them respect. Whatever inflated amount they quote you, don't argue it. Just act apologetic. Say, "Esta es todo lo que tengo," meaning this is all I have, and present your mordida stash. If they push for more, just keep using apologetic body language and insist that's really all the cash you have on you. At this point, they'll usually accept it, stuff the cash in their pocket, and send you on your way without actually writing a ticket. Tip #3. Be prepared to go to the police station. However, there's always a chance the officer may reject your mordida and insist you pay the full, fictitious fine amount by going to the police station or comisionado. Don't panic if this happens, just stay calm, compliant, and respectful. The cops usually don't want to actually process your ticket and waste their time taking you to the station when they could be stopping the next person for more mordidas. So if you hold your ground politely, they'll likely get frustrated and just wave you away with a warning after a brief showdown. But if for some reason you do end up getting taken to the station, you'll need to pay the full bogus amount they write on the ticket. So be sure to avoid making any much larger bribes at the station itself, as that could potentially get you into more trouble. By following these 3 simple tips, you'll be much better prepared to handle a mordida shakedown situation if it ever happens on your Mexico road trip. So there you have it, my 3 top tips for dealing with bribery requests or La Mordida from Mexican police officers. While it's not an ideal situation, knowing the unwritten rules and proper etiquette can keep this interaction safe and hassle-free. As always, let me know if you have any other questions about handling mordidas or traveling in Mexico in general. Drop them in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you found these tips helpful, and subscribe for more travel advice videos like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Wave adios.